I was half conscious in biology class when the school intercom suddenly came on. The voice of Headmistress Thompson sounded different than usual. Tense, almost trembling. Attention all students. Immediate lockdown? This is not a drill. Our teacher went pale. She rushed to the door, locked it, and whispered, "Stay away from the windows. Now!" We gathered in the corner of the classroom. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. Someone's phone buzzed. A news alert. An armed intruder at a neighboring school, Churchill High. 5 minutes passed. Another announcement. There's a possibility the threat is moving in our direction. Police are on their way. A girl next to me started quietly crying. I texted my mom, "I love you," and just in case. Out the window, I saw police cars filling the parking lot. Officers with guns ran toward the building. "Check your phones," the teacher said, but no sound. My brother from another class messaged me. Someone saw a suspicious car behind the cafeteria. My best friend grabbed my arm so tightly it hurt. "My sister works in the office," she said with a shaking voice. Apparently, the cameras caught someone in a black hoodie near the music room. The speaker crackled again. "This is Headmistress Thompson. Lockdown is still in effect. The building is being searched." Now, we stayed like that for almost 2 hours, in silence. My legs went numb. The girl next to me was nearly in tears from needing to pee. The teacher let her go behind the desk with a bin. We all looked away. Someone whispered they heard screams in the hallway. Another said they heard a gunshot, but I wasn't sure. My phone was down to 12% battery, and I kept refreshing the news. Apparently, the guy had a list. Names of people he wanted to get. Someone behind me whispered it. I started thinking about all the stupid things I'd ever said. About people I might have hurt without realizing. Was I on some list too? Finally, another announcement. "The threat has been neutralized. The police will escort you to the gym." An officer entered the classroom with a dog. We were told to leave our bags and walk in a line, with our hands visible. The hallway felt endless. In the gym, rumors were flying. The attacker was caught. No, it was a false alarm. No, they found a weapon in a student's car. Parents were texting conflicting reports. The headmistress took the microphone. She looked wrecked, jacket wrinkled, hair falling from her bun. "Students, I need your full attention." The room fell quiet. Only a few people sniffled. Today's report came from one of our students. The room froze. "We have identified the person. James Walker, please come forward." A skinny year 7 boy approached, flanked by 2 officers. I recognized him. He always sat alone during breaks. Last week, I saw someone knock his entire lunch onto the floor. No one said anything. Not even me. "James found a threat in his locker yesterday," the headmistress explained. "Instead of telling us, he panicked and called emergency services, saying the danger was here and now." The officer stepped aside slightly. James had tears on his face, crooked glasses, and a bruise on his cheek I hadn't noticed before. "I didn't think anyone would believe me," he sobbed. "They said they'd hurt my sister if I told anyone. They've been doing it for months." The headmistress frowned. "What threat, James? Who's been threatening you?" He pulled a crumpled note from his pocket. When she read it, her face hardened. She handed it to the officer next to her. He immediately turned serious. "Everyone stay where you are," she said sharply. She whispered something to the officer, who called over 3 more. Whispers started to spread. A girl next to me showed me a video on her phone. From 2 days ago, someone had filmed James being shoved into a locker while others laughed. 10 minutes later, the police returned. With Coach Mason and 3 senior football players in handcuffs, the room erupted. One of the boys cried. Another shouted that James was lying. Coach stared only at the floor. They were taken away, and we were released early to go home. In the car park, my mom hugged me so tight I could barely breathe. The real announcement came the next day, by email. The school football team was disbanded. 6 students expelled. 3 adults fired. Turns out Coach Mason had been covering up bullying and abuse for years. Serious stuff, criminal even. James Walker never came back to school.